Hi, guys. Welcome to Sage and Whiskey Podcast, Episode 5, and I am your host, Nataly Lorraine. Thank you again for all your support, and I'm going to hop right into it. Now, this week I pulled 3 cards for the Tarot Forecast, and the 3 cards I'm pulling using my new deck, the Modern Witch Tarot deck, which is super cute. I paid $25 plus tax for it. And I just love it. They're very small, and they are not small. They fit into my hands very well because I have small hands for a woman. Well, as a woman, I have small hands. And I love that they are very diverse with their illustrations of women and images and whatnot. Anywho, so the 3 cards that I pulled from my Sacred Earth Oracle deck. I got the Fortitude card. This is kind of reminding me of this Pluto retrograde that we're having that's unearthing a lot of things that we do not want to let go of or not want to acknowledge. So the Fortitude card is really, to me, speaking that it's okay to be alone right now. The Fortitude card just lets you know that you are on your own particular journey, and sometimes it's okay to go on the journey alone. I know in this world a lot of people want to have a significant other or a partner or whatnot, but sometimes we are not in the mental capacity in order to take on another person along the way, or that person is not equipped for the journey that we're taking. Doesn't mean that you don't like the person any less. Just means that is just what's in the cards for you as of now. So the Chariot card and the 3 of Swords follow or clarify the Fortitude card. The Chariot card is a Cancer card or a water sign card, specifically saying that you are your own lover. You are your own partner. And you are okay as your own self, as alone, as a soul person. And this 3 of Swords, clarifying that, makes me think that there is a heartbreak or a disappointment that is coming or has already happened in your life within the past week or so, or coming up in this new week. But it's letting you know that you will make a tough decision, but ultimately the decision will be in your greatest benefit. So once again, guys, it's okay to be alone. If you need to let that person go because they don't fit into what you have planned for your life right now, it's okay. People are abundant in this world, and you have to believe that the universe will send you people at the right moments with the right qualifications. All right? And we're going to move on to our witch tip or our sage tip of the week. Now, this week, I wanted to talk a little bit about some kitchen magic or magical herbs. Now, a lot of people are not familiar with the idea that many of the herbs that you have in your standard kitchen have magical purposes. So the 3 that I'm highlighting today are 3 of my favorites, I would like to say, and they are bay leaf, that elusive brown, well, it comes green, but sometimes it's brown. No, that's basil. But it does dry. When it's dried, it looks brown. I love bay leaf. It's cheap for the most part. You can get them at your local grocery store. You can get them dried or you can get them fresh. It doesn't really matter. I like to use bay leaf for protection spells. I love to write protection on it and burn it. It's super simple. You can write protection on it. It's also you could use for prosperity as well. You can do the same thing. You can write your name on it. I like to use a black magic marker. Envision what I need this bay leaf to protect me from, and burn it. And then when you burn it, you release that energy and you are forming your protection. Second is orange peel. Now, a lot of people, I am not the biggest fan of oranges, but vitamin C, all that jazz, we definitely need that in our lives. But the magic, honestly, is in the orange peel. So a lot of times when I get oranges, I'll make sure I peel them and keep the peel, put them in my dash, let them dry out, or put them somewhere where they can dry out. And I use these in my baths. Oranges are good for attracting love and fertility. So I use them in my baths when I need to take a cleansing bath or abundance bath of what sorts, because I am looking forward to becoming a mother and wife in the next coming years. So I use orange peel for that. But you don't have to just put it in your bath. You can carry it around in your pocket. I am good for keeping an orange peel in my bra. My bra keeps so many things. It used to be crystals, orange peels you can put in your pocket. They are just great. And you can also boil them on your stove and mix it with something like cinnamon and lavender, and it really has a nice smell and also cleanses the area. Lots of good magic. Oranges is like the sun when you think about the sun. So it has that same bright pick me up spirit, just giving you a nice little burst of energy. Lastly is cinnamon. Now, cinnamon, I don't use it very much in cooking per se, unless I'm making French toast. But I love getting whole cinnamon sticks and using them for money spells. Now, when I use my cinnamon, I write the amount of money I would like or job position, and I hold it in my hand. I make up my own little spell. It does not have to rhyme, about what I want and envision myself having this money and or this position, and I burn each side of the cinnamon stick. Now, it's not going to catch on fire. That's one thing I like about it. It's just going enough to singe a little bit, smoke, and it'll go out. I would suggest once you do this that you keep it in your wallet where your money is. So I keep it in my little change compartment, the little zipper compartment in my wallet. And every so often I'll go in there and I'll relight it, and that kind of reignites the energy for it. Or I change it out. It's about time for me to change out, thank you, Spirit, the one I have in my wallet currently. So I'm going to change that out. But yes, and orange peel and cinnamon go well together. So you bring in money and love. So those are just 3 common, inexpensive herbs, regular everyday items that you can pick up to put a little magic in your life. All right, and I'm going to move on to my media spotlight, my whiskey section. Today, honey, I stumbled across this show called Prison Wives Club. Now, I am all about these reality TV shows that they have out now. 90 Day Fiance is one, but the ones that I also like, which I believe is on WeTV, was Life After Lockup. So this reminds me of this, but it's on Lifetime. And it's exactly what you think it is. It's Prison Wives Club. So it's showing you the inside life of how many girls? I think it's 5 girls on here. Various ages. I think it's like 1 white girl, 1 Hispanic girl, and 2 black girls. 1 younger black girl, 1 older black girl, like late 30s, and 1 in her early 20s or mid 20s. Anywho, all of these women have significant others that are incarcerated and doing a hard time. And 1 girl is even married to a man who is doing a life sentence. Now, I am a firm believer that everyone deserves love. So I am not judging these women or these men for entering relationships with people who they cannot see on a regular basis. However, I have noticed a trend when these relationships start. There's normally some underlying fear that these men and or women have with security that allows them to be in these relationships. It gives them a false sense of security. So one girl, the girl who's doing life, well, her husband is doing life. She met him while he was locked up and got married. And it seems like a lot of them have that same thing. Like, they knew the person beforehand. They knew the person was going to get locked up. They wanted to make sure they could visit them, so they got married to him. None of them seem to have known each other for a long time before getting locked up. It's just very interesting. But it's on Lifetime. I watched the first 2 episodes online on YouTube, actually. Someone was gracious enough to upload them, and I am just 2 episodes in, and I am thoroughly entertained. It's given me life after lockup realness, but I'm also thoroughly intrigued because I cannot say for myself that I could date someone who is locked up. Now, especially not doing 5+ years. The exception is you are doing something, you were doing something that was for your family, or you're not doing a whole lot of time. I really don't want to be with anybody that's doing any kind of time. But if you're going to do like 2 years, I mean, I might be able to do 2 years. If you're doing like white collar crime, they give y'all 24 months. But if you're doing like assault charges, battery charges, murder, honey, I ain't the one. Especially when it comes to having physical intimacy. I don't know how these women do it. The one girl said she hasn't had sex in 15 years. Well, hasn't had sex with her husband in 15 years. Honey, kudos to them. But I guess like anything, when you don't have it, you get used to it. So I couldn't do it, but I'm going to enjoy watching it, and I hope you guys will too. And I'm going to wrap things up today with my whiskey recommendation. So during this quarantine time, I have been a little frustrated with being able to go to the liquor store because of the way that I work. So I can only go on the weekends. So I saw Crown Royal Peach pop up. It's like this unicorn alcohol that nobody can find. I have looked for it. I know that a lot of people that live in other states have a better time getting a hold of it than I do. I'm not willing to order it or ask somebody to ship it to me. It's really not that deep. If I show up and it's in the store, I'll get it. Crown Royal Peach is actually my favorite of the Crown Royal flavored collection. And of course, because I like it, I can never fucking find it. So I decided to look every time I go in there, since I mainly drink whiskey. I'm like, please let them have it. Well, they did not have it. But they had another option, which I don't think I've ever seen this particular liquor before. But it's called, I took a picture and put it in my phone because I'm, like last week, I messed up names. Bird Dog. Bird Dog peach flavored whiskey. Now, it's cheap. It was $15 for a full 750 milliliter bottle. I am all with that, even though I have very bougie taste when it comes to whiskey. During this quarantine time, I'm really not trying to spend a whole bunch of unnecessary money. So I'm trying to be cost conscious when it comes to my alcohol extracurricular activities because I drink beer as well. So I'm like, man, I can't be spending like $40 a week or something like that. So it was a score to get this peach flavored whiskey for $15, and I was able to pick up a small bottle of rum for $7. because I was going to make some mojitos, but when I went to the store, they didn't have any mint. So I was like, well, there goes the mojitos. That might be next week. Maybe I'll mix it with some whiskey, make a little concoction. Still working on how I'm going to do that. But this Bird Dog Peach Whiskey, it's pretty good. I would, hopefully they keep carrying it. They had other flavors like strawberry. They had strawberry. That's the one that stood out to me. I think they had two. There's 4 flavors, and maybe it was a regular flavored one, but the peach stood out to me because I was like, "Ooh, can't find my Crown Royal peach. Let me get this." Honestly, it's not the same as Crown Royal peach. I feel like Crown Royal peach is a little bit more a fuller peach flavoring, and you can taste it thoroughly throughout the drink. It's a little syrupy. It's sweeter. So I would actually prefer this Bird Dog over Crown Royal Peach in that regard because it's like a quick punch of peach and you don't feel like you're being assaulted with it. And that's my issue with a lot of the Crown Royal flavored lines. They are very saturated. So it's almost like you have to mix it with something that's not sweet at all in order for you to tone down that saturation. So with this one, which is what I do with most flavored whiskeys, is I pair it with a club soda. Basically what I did, 2 ounces of whiskey, some ice, fill the cup up with ice, 2 ounces of whiskey, fill with soda, and it's a refreshing drink. I don't feel like I'm drinking, which can be dangerous, so proceed with caution. But it's a nice little bottom shelf whiskey that I would definitely be getting again. So that's all I have for you guys. Just keeping it real short this week. Please like, share, subscribe to my channel. Also, like, share, subscribe to my Instagram, which is Niaeshe, Niaeshe. You can also follow me on my personal page, Nataly, Nataly Lorraine, Lorraine 6. And also I have a Facebook page by Nia Shea Healing as well. I have not gotten any emails in, but next week I am going to do the advice column. I'm just going to I am on Facebook so much that I see many of these comments or these stories about people needing advice. I'm going to remix it. I'm going to pick one of those stories and I'm going to pull some cards to kind of give some insight on this situation from a tarot reader's perspective. I'm going to try it out. So please stay tuned. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Ashe.